Hello again, everybody. This is Rocketrickj18 coming to you from the launching pad. And today I'm going to show you some recent pickups over the course of the last 3 weeks or so, or some a little longer maybe than that. But in any case, some of these are modern cards, some are one is a pre-war card, and the others would be vintage cards. About I don't know, 10 or so, maybe 12 cards, something like that. Some are for sets, some are for just cards that I already have ungraded, that I've, for one reason or another, wanted to have a graded copy, things like that. So it's kind of a potpourri. So without let's go ahead and turn the cards or the camera down, and we will take a look at them. So the first card I want to show you is a 2025 Topps Now card commemorating Aaron Judge's 4th season with 50 or more home runs. And it turns out, despite the large number of 50 home run plus 60 home runs, a couple of cases 70 home run seasons, it turns out that a lot of those are one-off events for a player, but very few have done it 4 times. Besides Aaron Judge, Babe Ruth had 4, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa had 4. And Mickey Mantle only had 2. Willie Mays had 2, maybe only 1. A lot of players that hit 50 home runs, I mean, just didn't. Even Ralph Kiner, with his 7 years in a row leading the National League, didn't hit 50 home runs 4 times. So it's actually a pretty rare occurrence in baseball history. And so, Aaron Judge is one of those rarities that has managed to crack that ceiling on 4 different occasions. The next card I have to show you is a 2002 Upper Deck MVP Club Mickey Mantle card. And I actually didn't even pay $5 for this card. I got the next 3 cards for $15 from a dealer in Garfield, and I wanted to thank him for agreeing to sell me these cards for average of $5 a piece. And so this commemorates Mickey Mantle's 3 seasons of winning the MVP in the American League. And they were in 1956 when he got the Triple Crown, winning the batting average title, home run title, and the RBI title. In 1957, He got hit for his highest single-season batting average, but finished second in the batting race to Ted Williams. And in 1962, he also had an MVP year. Some players. Some 1960, he finished second to Roger Maris by, I think, maybe just one vote. It was a very close race, and Maris just edged him out. And then in 1961, Roger hit 61 home runs, and that's such a magic number that he got the nod over Mickey again. But certainly conceivable that Mickey could have won as many as 5 MVP titles. So, but he got 3, and that's a pretty rare achievement also. So this is Mickey's 2002 Upper Deck card. The next card is the 1984 Renata Galasso card of Joe DiMaggio, and these 3 cards are for the 2 Mickey Mantle cards. Are going to go in my Mickey Mantle binders, which I have one that's full and another one that is on its way to filling up. Then I also have a Yankees binder, in which Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio all have pages. Whitey Ford has a page, and then I have another binder that has only Derek Jeter cards in it. But the cards that I have in my Mantle binder and my DiMaggio and my Yankees binder are cards that are not expensive cards. They're modern cards, and you can see not terribly valuable. Here's the back. This is in the style of 1953 Bowman black and white set, and sets forth Joe's career numbers. And the next card I want to show you is a 1983 Starliner sticker card of Mickey Mantle, and it is the version that has the touchdown back. These are fairly not terribly expensive cards, but they're not readily available. So in any case, it's a nice card to have a sticker rather than a card, but you get the idea. Next card is the 1975 SSPC card of Willie Mays as a New York Met. So this card would have been taken in 1973. The picture would have been taken in 1973 when it was Willie's only year with the Mets. It's in an SGC 8. And I got this card because I've got a run of Willie Mays cards. I have this card, but I wanted to get a graded version of it for my graded collection of Mays cards. I don't have a full run of his graded cards, but I do have a full run of his Topps and Bowman cards, mainly because I have complete sets of those. Those of you who follow my channel know that I'm a set collector. So. The next card I have to show you is a football card. I don't show a lot of football cards, but I have a few. And this is a card that I got mainly because my Uncle Charlie, who's been on my mind here recently, he passed away quite a number of years ago. Now, probably, I don't know, maybe, well, probably 30 years now. In any case, Uncle Charlie was a World War II veteran. He suffered a pretty severe injury in the war and received the Purple Heart for that. It was his second Purple Heart, so he has. I learned later that because I was told, well, he'd have two of them, but you don't get a second one or a third one. I mean, if you're wounded more times, you get some kind of a device that it's like a pin that goes on the metal when you wear it. I don't know that he ever wore his, but in any case, he was a big New York Giants fan back in the day when they were known as the New York Football Giants, because New York also had a baseball Giants team, as all of you would know. And I can remember Howard Cosell always referred to them as the New York Football Giants. So just a little oddity. So that Frank Gifford card is in honor of my Uncle Charlie. The next card I have to show you is the 1954 Dandy Potato Chips Gil Hodges in an SGC1. These cards are hard to find in high grade because they were jammed down in a bag of Willie potato chips, and you can see the marks on these stains from the oil. Here's the back of the card with the Gil's 1952 and 53 stat lines. Gil's one of those fellas that hit 4 home runs in a game. That was in 1950. At that time, he had the record for most total bases in a single game, 17, because he also had a single. That was later broken by Dale Long when he had 18, and then Sean Green had 19. Oh gosh, been well over 30 years now since that happened. So, in any case, this card brings me to down to 26 of the 29 cards, and I have since purchased a couple of Dandy potato chip cards. I haven't received them yet, so I can't show them to you, but hopefully they'll come. One is the Bob Feller, and the other is Larry Doby, and that'll get me to one. And that's a pirate common player, more or less, card of Paul Smith. Now this latest card is a 1953 Bowman color card in an SGC3, and this card is beautiful picture of Gil taken, I'm going to say this picture was taken in Ebbets Field. In any case, this card is the third card that I purchased in 1986. The first two cards were a 1960 Topps Mickey Mantle card, and the second one was a 1954 Bowman Mickey Mantle card. So I'm really thrilled to have this card, and I'm sure most all of you know the story of Gil and Mickey. Coming down near the end, it's the 1952 Topps Allie Reynolds card with an SGC2. Allie, of course, was one of the great Yankee pitchers of the late 40s and early 1950s. Because this is one of the first 80 cards in the series, it came with either a red back or a black back, with the black backs being slightly less plentiful. And so I have another card of Allie Reynolds. I've completed the 52 set up through number the high numbers, beginning with card number 311, Mickey Mantle. The other 310 cards are either low number or semi-high numbers. Allie Reynolds was a great pitcher, born in Oklahoma, came up with the Yankees. And just a great pitcher. Allie Reynolds, Eddie Lopat, Vic Raschi, Whitey Ford. They were all key components, along with Joe Page, relief pitcher, and a few other pitchers that combined to lead the Yankees to 5 consecutive World Championships. People who know about Allie Reynolds, Vic Raschi, and Eddie Lopat all think that they usually think that they should join Whitey Ford as members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. So those are the next two cards I have to show you are 1951 Berk Ross cards. One is golfer Ben Hogan, Hit Parade of Champions, 1951. And that's Ben Hogan. And here is Yogi Berra. And this gets me to within 2 of completing the 1951 Berk Ross set. So 2 more to go for that set, 1 more to go for the 54 Dandy Potato Chip set. And finally, I have one last card to show you. This is a 1935 Diamond Stars of Lloyd Waner, and showing him the fielding position. Little paper loss there, and this card number 16 and it's fielding tips, catching the high fly. And the picture shows Lloyd Waner catching the ball over his head. A lot of team players used the basket catch, where you try to catch the ball below the waist. That's good for catching line drives, low liners especially. Willie Mays, of course, was very famous for using the basket catch. But that's Lloyd Waner, Hall of Famer. And in any case, let's just go back up to the these cards will all go into either binders or into the graded cards. So I'm very fortunate to have had a very nice collection. Some of you saw my earlier video from today where I was able to show my first and thus far only Playing Days Lou Gehrig card. I do have 2 Playing Days Babe Ruth cards, and I have a fair number of Playing Days Joe DiMaggio cards. So I'm very fortunate in that regard. I look forward to completing the Dandy set and the 51 Berk Ross. I don't know that I'll ever complete the 52 Berk Ross. I do have some pretty good cards in that set, but I don't have the Mantle and I don't have the Maids. There we have. Those are probably out of my price range, I guess. Maybe, but probably are. So anyway, I've got a few more cards to show you, but they haven't all come in yet, so I'm going to wait until I get the rest of those. There's probably, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that have not yet come in, that will be coming in shortly, and some hockey cards as well. So look forward to that. In the meantime, this is Rocketrickj18 from the launching pad, wishing that all your collecting dreams come true.